On the 15th of October 2015 in Rome, at the American Studies Center, an important symposium was held at the presence of politicians and industrial managers. The aim of the meeting was to celebrate the 65th anniversary of Boeing in Italy, and the title of the conference was Looking at the Present with the Eyes of the Future. At the end of the conference, Avionews had the important opportunity to interview Marc, President of Boeing International, and David Koopersmith, Vice President, General Manager of Vertical Lift Boeing Helicopter. Allen, can you give us a general overview of the business growth of Boeing in Europe and in Italy in the next future?
Forward on several relevant factors. Number one, passenger growth is still at over 5% globally. And of course, that's well ahead of GDP growth. And that growth has been what's been fueling a lot of our success across the entire world. So you've recently seen us talk about the increase in rate of the 767. 767, one of our older platforms, even that is increasing in rate. Of course, the 787, which is our newest airplane, all composite, 20% more efficient than the competing airplanes in terms of fuel consumption and emissions, likewise is preparing for a step up in rate in 2016. It will go from 10 a month to 12 a month. It'll go to 14 a month before the end of the decade. That kind of growth is really being driven by passenger traffic, passenger demand that's continuing, and we're seeing it continue all around the world. In Europe, we do continue to see a great deal of partnership opportunity on the industrial side. We now have thousands of employees across Europe. I think last count I saw was probably north of 4,000. So we continue to invest in the communities of Europe. Of course, we work very closely with major suppliers all across Europe. Here in Italy, one of the largest, Finmeccanica, and we're here celebrating our 65th anniversary because this anniversary marks the cooperation of both Boeing and the country of Italy, but also Boeing with suppliers, and dozens of suppliers across the country are part of what we do, including, of course, on the 787. So whether it's the 14% of aerostructure that Finmeccanica does through its subsidiary Alenia, or whether it's the many other suppliers that are part of what we do on the 787, this is a company-to-country relationship, and a really growing one at that, thanks to the rate increases.
Is the Boeing 787 suffering from the development of the Airbus A350?
I haven't seen how many deliveries they've gotten out this year yet, but I don't think the number is that high, so it certainly hasn't impacted the market in a real way in terms of passenger experience, airline experience, etc. What we are very pleased about is the incredible reception that the 787 has now received from passengers, from airlines. The efficiency numbers, the reliability numbers are all up where we hoped they would be. We have seen, now well over 300 787s delivered. In fact, I was just in the Everett factory recently and I saw airplane number 360 coming down the production line. So we're moving very quickly, and this has been a successful year in terms of delivering on our hoped schedule with the 787s.
How is the relationship between Boeing and Grottaglie going?
The relationship between Grottaglie and Boeing is a close one. It has to be. When providing 14% of the aerostructure, we are completely wedded. Our success is mutual. And so the good news is that as the airlines have taken the 787 and found it to be as efficient as promised, and have found it to now be meeting the reliability demands that they have and that they need met, all of a sudden our mutual success is getting stronger and stronger. So yes, we're looking forward to continuing to tighten up our alignment, our integration, and our success together. But boy, we've worked hard to get here, and we're going to keep working hard to go further.
have a quick word with David Koopersmith as well.
First question will be about the situation of Sikorsky being bought by Lockheed Martin. What's the official position of Boeing Helicopter in this?
Yes, we have a number of agreements and partnerships with Sikorsky, both in our support of helicopters, as well as we are partnered between Boeing and Sikorsky on the joint multi-role and future vertical lift opportunities. So we expect no changes in any of our relationships with Sikorsky based on the acquisition of Sikorsky by Lockheed Martin from United Technologies.
Thank you very much. The second question is about what news do you have for the European market talking about military helicopter from Boeing?
Sure. We're very pleased with the capabilities of all of our products, the AH-6 Little Bird, the AH-64 Apache, the CH-47 Chinook, the V-22 Osprey, as well as the joint multi-role future vertical lift. And we're very excited about recent announcements of sales of both Apaches and Chinooks in India. And we're also very optimistic that a number of our current customers here in Europe will continue to operate and buy additional Chinooks, Apaches, and at some point we expect our European customers will also have great interest in our V-22 Osprey.
Third questions for you. What is the future of the relationship between Boeing Helicopters and Finmeccanica in the Italian market?
The situation is, first, we are very pleased and proud of our relationship with Finmeccanica and AgustaWestland. So we serve as a supplier to AgustaWestland on the current activity, which is the acquisition of 16 CH-47F variants that are delivered by AgustaWestland to the Italian forces. We are not yet clear on where the Italian military requirement may be for an extended range Chinook, but we've had great success in the marketplace with an extended range Chinook. So of course we would be very pleased to respond to requests for customers, particularly our Italian partners who here we are celebrating the 65th anniversary of the Boeing relationship in Italy. If any of the customers find that they have a requirement for the additional capability and endurance that the extended range Chinook provides other customers around the world.